Okay, my friends, I know some of y'all are still concerned. Election, they're going to steal it from us. Biden and those criminals. Blah, blah, blah. I keep telling you, just relax. Relax. This was a sting operation of epic proportions. This wasn't 5D chess from Trump. This was 6D chess from Trump. Let me start off with a couple things. This allegedly is from an Anon somewhere. Okay, not the Anon, but some Anon somewhere. But just listen to it, because I'm going to go into something next that backs this up. The only post that matters. This was posted today, earlier today. Explanation of 6D chess being played right now. Trump wants the vote to continue. Why is that? CISA, C-I-S-A, which was the I guess, government agency or contractor that Department of Homeland Security used to deal with election security and stuff. CISA watermarked all ballots that were sent out to registered and legal voters before Election Day. Now I'm hearing, because there's two different kinds. If you went in and voted in person, that's one thing. But all of those mail-in ballots, I believe, would have been the ones that would need to for sure have this watermark. But I'm going to mention a guy named Steve Pieczenik, who is a very incredible background. You can look him up and see he's the real deal. This guy this guy knows what's going on in the government from his background. He's been around a long time, many years, and he was just doing an interview where he said, he says, look, I'm not in the intelligence community anymore, whatever, I don't do that, but I was told by my contacts, I can now say this to you today. I wasn't allowed to say it yesterday, wasn't allowed to say it the day before. I knew I had to remain quiet. They told me today I can speak because it's already done. There's no turning back from what has been done with this election and the setup that Trump and their team did. There's no backing away from it now, so he can now say what it is. Because they can't, those Democrats and those fraudsters cannot get out of what has just happened. And it is this watermark special thing that is on these particular ballots. Again, I don't know if it was 100% of all ballots everywhere, including mail-in, or was it just mail-in? That I don't know, but he seems to think it's on all of them somehow. So, CISA watermarked all, this isn't him yet, I'm going to get to that in a second. CISA watermarked all ballots that were sent out to registered and legal voters before Election Day. The Dems, Democrats, did not know about the watermark. Trump told them about the watermark just before all major swing states froze. That's why they froze. Oh, we're going to stop counting right now all of a sudden. Dems panicked because their fix was already implemented and froze counting so that they don't have to call it, and Trump can't audit the ballots to prove the fakes. You follow me? Dems panicked because their fix was already implemented and froze counting so that they don't have to call it, call it one way or the other. And Trump can't audit the ballots to prove fakes because they're not done counting. They've paused counting. Listen to what I just said. The Dems did not know about the watermark and they cheated. It was the plan all along. Trump wants the vote to finish, but he's tweeting, "Stop the vote," so that the Dems have to take the opposing viewpoint and finish the vote. This is a still and shill game now. Or excuse me, stall and shill game now. Trump has already won. Have faith, the plan is being executed. The fraud is revealed. Okay, so that's just some random Anon saying that, okay? And then we move on to a Zero Hedge article, which links to a video, which I'll put this link up, the Zero Hedge link. Intelligence Insider, that's Steve Pieczenik. This guy, do the research on him. I'll tell you right now, I'll go to Wikipedia. Of course, the Wikipedia has a warning. This article has multiple issues. Please help improve it or discuss these issues in the talk page. Whatever. Early life, he was born in Havana, Cuba, Jewish present, Russian, Poland, and was raised in France. His father, education, full scholarship at Cornell. He received a BA in pre-medicine In psychology, I'm just trying to find the other parts. Civil service career, Pieczenik was Deputy Assistant Secretary of State under Henry Kissinger, Cyrus Vance, and James Baker. Do I need to say any more? He served the presidential administrations of Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush in the capacity of Deputy Assistant Secretary. This is no small slouch. I'll stop there. He's telling you in this interview, it's a very short interview, maybe 11 minutes long, I think. I'm going to tell you what he says. They watermarked all of these ballots. They also used a blockchain system known as the QFS, which is not the quantum financial system, but it is labeled as QFS, he says. He will not expand on how they were able to track all ballots, including those thrown out in a dumpster, not used, in other words, discarded Trump ballots or whatever. They have some technology that is able to track these things somehow, somewhere. Is it satellites? I have no idea. But he says that combined with the blockchain technology they used, they have nailed the Democrats. So again, I will leave a link up to the Zero Hedge article so that you can watch the video if you'd like. And one final thing. If you're not a member of Crypto Viewing, and maybe you hear me say some things from time to time and say, oh, look what Dick Allgaier and the boys did. Oh, look at this. Look what they did again. Those are hits. And I don't come out here and tell you every single one, by the way, because some of them are just what I might say is minor compared to what some of y'all are expecting, yet they're still hits. I'm not going to come out here every single time. Oh, another one, But some of the more interesting ones, I come out and say, hey, look at this. I'm going to show you a couple of screenshots. Check this out. So, here's a nice friendly email I got from the boys. Mr. Allgaier himself, and they sent this to several people. Dick saw Trump claiming victory, which he did at 3 a.m. in a historic news conference at the White House. Trump declared lawyers would be taking it to the Supreme Court. Allgaier's work was published at Crypto Viewing, documented in the last week of October. The full video session is published at Crypto Viewing. I haven't gotten to see it yet, but I will. He's got a picture, and it says NFE 1120. So I don't know what NFE stands for. He just wrote it down. Is that a time frame? 1120, like November 20th? I'm not sure. Trump 283, which I'm going to take it means he got 283 of the electoral votes. As I told you, my own woo, if you will. Guys, I really think Trump's going to barely squeak this one out. He'll get just enough. Get the Electoral College, just enough. And then they'll show you how much of a landslide he actually won in. So he defeated the Dems while they cheated. And then you get to see what it looked like if they didn't cheat because of this watermarked whatever ballots they figured out and say, oh my God, 60-40, 70-30, something stupid. I don't know. Trump 283. That, as I see this, instantly I just know without asking, that is the Electoral College. It has to be. Trump. He draws Trump. Democrats refuse to concede. Remember those Democrats? What are you guys going to do if Donald Trump refuses to concede and leave the White House? Guess who is going to refuse to concede? The effing criminal Democrats. Shocker, isn't it? And Penny Kelly, I went back and watched her video from 10/15/2020, October 15th. Her look-see for the next month and the month after, etc. She says you're not going to know the election the next day or the next day. It's going to take a few weeks to get the results. She also saw Trump winning. And then she also saw, again, shocker to some of you right now, Joe, I thought your mom was not, there's no way your mom could get this prediction right. Hold on. The Electoral College isn't the official vote, if you will, of Electoral College isn't until I think December 11th or 13th or something. We also haven't had an official calling of who won yet. So if I'm seeing this as a date, 11-20, if that's what he means by that, NFE, whatever that means. Looks like an N. It could be an H. Looks like an N. NFE. Let's just assume this is near something estimate. I don't know. 11/20. Today's the 5th. Tomorrow's the 6th. Okay, we've got, a couple weeks or so. I'm just going to ask, if I'll say it again, if Joe Biden has an issue between now and the time we hear the official winner of the U.S. election, does that count for Mama Snip 4 to be correct? The election, again, it may have happened on the 3rd, but it's not over because they have to count the votes. Once the votes are done counting, the election's over. Then we have the Electoral College in December, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. I'm just saying. J Snip's mom may get it right with a twist, says Woo Woo Dude. There could be a twist on that. She may get it still. Okay. And remember the other day we were doing some pendulum work. He was showing me some stuff. And he specifically asked November 3rd. Will Biden step down before November 3rd? Because that's what I told him to ask specifically. And his pendulum said no. I'm like, oh, shoot. Maybe Mama Snip 4 is not, maybe she doesn't miss it. That is what it is. But we don't even know who the president is yet. It's still going. It's still going until we figure out the count, whatever. And Penny Kelly said, also in her look-see, just what Dick Allgaier has said. There will be states that refuse to concede. And the word secession becomes a word we all start hearing from some of these criminal Democrat-run states. They refuse to accept the election results. They told us Donald Trump would do it, and what are we going to do if he does that? And they're the effing, like we always say, it's the Democrats who do the things and then accuse the other party of doing the damn criminal activities that they're actually doing. Sickening bastards, these people. And I know there's so many Democrats right now licking their lips. Biden's this close. What? He just won Arizona. What? He won. What? And then they'll get to see the landslide victory. Oh, we had this hidden technology on the ballots. All of those, fraud. All those ones in my name, not fraud. Thrown in the dumpster. Don't worry, we tracked those too. And now we're going to count them. And we're going to show you how much I really won by. Could you imagine if Donald Trump wins all 50 states, landslide victory like we've been proclaiming, at least the landslide, not necessarily a 50-state win. I did talk about that as a possibility one time, as it'd be crazy if he could do that. But all I know is maybe Mama Snip 4 is not out of the race just yet. And I got just the song. Don't call it a comeback. I've got my beatboxing ready for my mama. So, anyways, again, I'll link the Zero Hedge article. I'm not showing you anything that I got in the email from Dick Allgaier. He's going to show it. And then the next thing he drew was, now we hear from the lawyers, fight over the ballots. And then he shows a big room. I am in a big room with high ceilings, very ornate, imposing. I realize it is the Supreme Court. Inside, voices are passionate, something involving Senate, state Senate, or legislature decision on state level election. Something discussion. I can't see what that word is. Something discussion. Senate, state. I can feel Barrett, the new Supreme Court Justice Barrett, praying. I can feel her praying, he says. Wow. Don't call it a comeback. I'm just getting warm. Take care.